Welcome to The Source, where we combine the headlines with in-depth conversations with the newsmakers themselves. Today on the program, showcasing the Philippines' best, from one milestone to another. 10 years of giving back, featuring the country's fashion icons, and celebrating 25 years of creating world-class designs. Fashion designer Rajo Laurel and Red Charity Gala founders Tessa Prieto, Valdes and Kaye Tinga join us live. And later, welcome to the most expensive hotel in the U.S. That's for today's In Focus. Thank you for joining us. I'm Pinky Webb. A charity event and a world-renowned fashion designer are celebrating their milestones together through a benefit fashion show. The Red Charity Gala, an annual fashion event, highlights Filipino designs and creativity, is now on its 10th year. And to make the celebration more special, the charity event will work hand in hand with a fashion designer who is also marking his 25 years in the industry. The collection will feature the Philippine archipelago, the designer's personal take on Philippine design. We get to know the style, the inspiration, and the story, and we'll have lots of fun. In this one-of-a-kind collaboration, let's go straight to the sources of the story. Fashion designer Rajo Laurel and Red Charity Gala founders Tessa Prieto, Valdes, and of course, Kaye Tinga. I'm so excited to have all of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
10 years?
Yes.
25 years. Ayoko siya balik ka rin. Kasi 25 years na talaga si Rajo. I just want to start with the Red Charity Gala. How did this all begin? I do know a little bit of a story, but please tell the audience the story behind this.
Wow, it all started 10 years ago. Dennis Lustico, our first designer, approached Tessa initially, and then later on, through Ria Prieto, the sister-in-law of Tessa, also suggested me. So that's how we got together. We thought it was just going to be one-off, like a charity event. Two things we both love, fashion and also doing charity. So it just all worked together. And then guess what? 10 years.
Yeah, but it's a Red Charity Gala for...
So it is for, it's called Red, primarily because it's for Red Cross and our Assumption. So we do a Batch 81 Foundation wherein we have all the different organizations and you know, down to helping different villages or Yolanda and all like a disaster and relief. And the nice thing about, like Kaye said, we started off with Dennis Lustico, but primarily the concept of having fashion in a show started with me and Rajo.
What, did it really?
Yes, because he had his 15th anniversary, exactly. And so, you know, it's really full circle.
Yeah.
Because, you know, when he did his 15th, and it was primarily for Red Cross, Venice's sister said, like, you know, let's help with this show. And then, you know, then Kaye said, like, you know, it really just came all into place. And so it's full circle that 10 years later, we're featuring now Rajo.
And so you're featuring the Rajo Laurel.
The
25
Rajo
years in the industry. Rajo, of course, you are going to showcase designs about the Philippines. It's called Archipelago.
It's the 25th anniversary celebration collection. It's called Archipelago.
Why Archipelago?
You know, I've always wanted to sort of like, you know, I'm Filipino, and I'm very proud to be a Filipino designer. And I wanted to sort of like showcase and discuss what is Philippine style in today's context. So essentially, I wanted to present a collection that will imbibe that particular spirit, to define, in today's world, in today's relevant world, what is Filipino. And therefore, I'm very proud because 75% of the collection is made from Philippine modern indigenous materials.
Yeah.
And of course, the entire collection is made in the Philippines. I wanted to celebrate our culture, our heritage, our history, and show to everyone that, you know, we are amazing designers and we have so much things to say about our culture.
I think it's wonderful that it's actually called Archipelago. It's very unique, and because the Philippines is known to be an archipelago, there was a press conference couple of days ago, was it a week
October
ago?
3, yes.
Okay, let's show this because you showed 3 designs which are called taal.
Yes, well, basically,
Can you
this
tell
is
us about
inspired by topography and geography. The center dress is actually inspired by the Cagayan Valley when we called it Tugigaraw. So essentially, I looked at maps and I saw how we can translate this into a pattern, into a dress. The one on the left is actually called Taal, where my family is from, and I wanted to, that's Tugigaraw.
Okay.
So if you notice, if you zoom in, that's actually the valleys and the topographical landscape
Wow.
of the region. And it's all embroidered and hand beaded, and it's nice because we celebrate the technique and the artisans and the skills of the Philippine embroidery. That took around 4,000 hours to make. This one is called Taal, which is inspired by the movement of the volcanic
And the lava.
And the lava.
Yeah.
The other dress is called Mayon, which is again inspired by the lava and the energy that you sort of like come up with when you think of the Mayon volcano. So when you look
It's
at the
genius.
Thank you.
Not saying because we're friends, but it is. Okay, what did you guys think about that? During the press conference, of course, you both were there with Rajo.
We have been like dying to show the collection. You know, we planned this with Rajo more than 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the process of choosing our designer really is someone who hasn't shown in the country, who's already been established internationally. We've started with, you know, Fern One, Michael Cinco, and so on and so forth. And so Rajo, and then in this process of choosing Rajo, I said, like, in 2 years, Rajo, you better prepare. You better prepare. And, you know, and because of that, his collection is sort of, it's an evolution of his interpretation of the Filipino spirit, and it's just incredible. The workmanship, like he said, how many hours?
Yeah.
And the use of, there's even
Because
one.
you gave him 2 years.
I know.
That's why.
He's very prepared.
Some are made of tassels, like, and then, you know, it's, wow. If I could wear them.
Yeah.
oh,
Yes, you could. Why can't
I
you?
know.
I'm
going
sure
to
you
wear
and
them.
Kay can wear them.
And yesterday, 2 days ago, I had my first look at the whole collection, and I was just blown away. And I really can't wait. And everyone's asking, what's he showing? No, surprise, surprise. But I'm dying to tell, honestly.
Yeah, but give us a little bit of maybe some of your favorite pieces from the collection, Kay. Pwede ba?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
for
we're
instance,
showing some already.
The one previous to that was actually a process that was taught to me by Narda Capuyan.
Okay, yeah.
She's this amazing
Yes.
sort of like woman who brought the Highland Cordillera weaves into the forefront. Unfortunately, she passed away in 2016. However, I was able to sort of like learn from her and
Nice.
different techniques, and you know, this was the process, and
Yeah,
I
this
wanted to
one.
honor her legacy by showing how we can use the Cordillera Highland weaves into a modern context.
And this one is really
Yeah, that's the one.
beautiful. This is the
That's the
one.
Cordillera. That's called.
And you know, I think the nice thing with Ross, it really shows his technique, not just like on the beadwork, and it's really an integration of all the materials
Yeah.
and the weaving. I mean, in fact, you know, originally I was supposed to wear like from the mountain province. And then I said like, I just had a slip of fabric. I said like, no, I wanted something more, you know, grand. So I'm gonna have a reveal.
Yeah.
And you know, aside from all that, you know, to raise more money, also we have like an auction,
Yeah, okay.
wherein we have a lot of sponsors and donors that give items, and then so to convert it to cash, we auction it, you know, and then from the start we have like Jewelmer, and then
Yes.
we have like watches from Lucerne, Omega, and then we have now, of course, we're gonna have a therapy, which is like, you know,
Yeah.
so we have for
Everybody
men,
We all need that.
and then of course we're also we're gonna auction off a Balisin Island Club
Okay.
share,
So
which
there's
is
a lot.
all
There's a lot,
going
yeah.
to
Kay
charity.
can also talk about the philanthropy. I mean, the spirit of
Yeah,
this
I
is
wanted to
philanthropy.
talk about that, Kay. Please tell us more about
You
that.
know, as much as this is a fashion show, it is equally, or perhaps more
Yeah.
important, that it's a benefit show. A benefit show where friends can get together doing something they love, doing something they enjoy. So each year, our biggest beneficiary is always the Philippine Red Cross. So 10 years already, through many, many disasters. Yolanda, the earthquake in
Unfortunately,
Cebu. We also have Ondoy. So
But there's a new beneficiary, right?
yes, and
this
the
year.
Assumption High School
Yes.
Batch 81 is one of our major beneficiaries as well, aside from the Red Cross, because through the Assumption, we've seen that the foundation, they're able to help even more charities like
So we have, the usual. We raise money so we can send them off to all the other foundations that don't have enough funds.
Yes,
My
yes.
personal favorite, though, is that the ladies are raising money for scholarship programs for the school called Mint, which
yes.
is a fashion school.
Exactly,
I love that
yeah.
because it's a way of paying forward by giving talented individuals the opportunity to learn
Yeah.
if they love being in fashion. So
Right.
it's nice. And there will also, I believe, a seed money
Yes.
so
Yes.
that after the university they can start their own business. So it's a really wonderful way to be giving back.
I have to
this
say
way.
it's a very proactive organization. You just don't stop from, okay, we are going to give this to the Red Cross. Of course, also Assumption, then now Mint, really to help those who want to learn.
Yes.
Well, coming from the best of the best. We'll be taking a short break. This is The Source on CNN Philippines. We'll be right back. You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. Our guests today, fashion designer Rajo Laurel and the organizers of the Red Charity Gala, Tessa Prieto, Valdes, and of course, Kaye Tinga. I just want to focus on, as you are focusing on Rajo. Let me focus on Rajo, his 25 years. Rajo, in the 25 years of this is probably the most common question, but where are you now, and how have you been 25 years later as a designer?
At this point, I'm very grateful to be here, to be able to do something I really love to do. However, Pinky, to be honest, I don't think that I'm yet at the crescendo. I think this was a music composition, I'm in an interlude where I'm trying to sort of like get my bearings because I'm able to sort of like really do what I want to do. Already sort of like 25 years behind me, sort of like flex my muscles and sort of like provide for the people who work for me, provide for my family, but at the same time, be able to create dreams. I mean, I'm in a position at this point to be able to sort of like fulfill my own dreams, and that's wonderful. But at the same time, I want to sort of like figure out where can I take this to the next level.
And where can you? Where can you take it to the next level?
My plan really is to be able to outlive my brand and to be able to sort of like be that kind of brand wherein it transcends myself. So at this point, I'm training my team to be self-sufficient, but at the same time, I'm also trying to sort of like different avenues of creativeness, not just in fashion.
Okay, very dream designs, or
Dreams, yeah.
wow, is there even still a gown or a dress you haven't made that, or is it just always evolving in an artist's mind?
Of course, it's always evolving. It's always growing. You never really stop. Because once you sort of like stop, then that's the end of it. My father always says, habang buhay pa, sige lang ng sige. My favorite hashtag is tahi lang ng tahi.
And thanks, of course, to Kaye.
Of course, my
and
champion.
Tessa, right?
My champion. Tessa's,
When you have a collaboration like that, I mean, I think it becomes very powerful, right?
Indeed.
Our venue now is in the Marriott's Grand Ballroom. And
It's the
we're
biggest, right?
We're expecting 1,000 guests.
Wow.
That's how big. This is going to be the biggest.
And thank you. And thank you to
When we talk about that, what about pressure? I mean, is there pressure on you guys, Kaye?
Okay, I'll have to be very honest. It really helps that Rajo is very organized. I have to
Yes,
tell you,
yes,
it
yes.
really, it also
I'm
relieves the
OC.
pressure on our part, I have to say. And I guess we've been doing it for 10 years, and it's always been fun, and it's never been about the work. But now that it's like almost a 2-week mark, yes, I feel the pressure, and I feel nervous. And my favorite moment, I always say, is when nobody's inside the ballroom, everything's ready, and the candles are lit, the stage is set, and just before we open the doors, and that is the moment when I can finally relax.
What is for you, for the organizers, what's the takeaway from an event like this? What is it you want to feel after such an event?
Well, really, also, because it's in the promotion of the designer, the feeling that we have, fully exposed or really celebrated the design of a Filipino designer. The feeling that, the audience or our guests say that, wow, this is incredible. We have this talent.
Yeah.
And, all the good feeling about everybody, like, they're there, their presence is part of a charitable organization, and that they have actually donated and had a great time. Because you know how you're forcibly donating and then
You didn't have a good
I
time.
didn't have a good time.
And
And I'm the type, everybody gets a giveaway.
Oh my God,
It's like, and
But it's true. You do want to donate. I mean, everybody wants to donate.
Help,
Everybody
yes.
wants to help. But
Yes.
in a way, you would like to have a good time from something you're watching. For example, when we saw each other during the jazz
Yes.
concert.
Yes, correct.
If it's nice, it
Good,
actually feels
yeah.
good. Do you feel the pressure? Okay, you have about how many pieces did you make, and how many are you showcasing?
Okay, I made 117 pieces, but I am
117.
117, but I am editing this down to under 90. And with regards to your pressure,
So there's 27. There are 27 pieces that you won't be showing.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
and with regards to the pressure, look, and basang-basa na yung kamay.
Nervous ka pa ba?
Oo, syempre, nanginginig na ako.
Would you say this is one of your biggest?
Absolutely. This is one of my biggest, and if not the one of the most important, primarily because, you know, there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of expectations, and I don't want to, I just want to do my best.
Okay, let me ask you this. How happy, satisfied, or proud of you of this, of Archipelago?
I'm very happy because I'm very proud of my team. I'm very proud of the people who did this. I'm very proud of my atelier who created this. I'm not yet satisfied because I'm still tweaking it, I'm still processing it, I'm still working and editing. But overall, I'm very grateful that Tessa and Kaye has given me this opportunity to celebrate in this manner and to be able to sort of like really, truly give back.
Right. I think it's also hats off to someone like Kaye and Tessa for allowing, even if you already have very popular Filipino designers, it's still different when you actually see a fashion show, a gala, wherein the Filipino designer, I mean, you show something like this, Rajo, it's truly unique. It's something, it's a feast for the eyes.
Yes.
And not just for the eyes, for the senses, all the senses even. Is there anything else you think, what can we expect aside from a wonderful,
Well, in my case, really I choose to celebrate Filipino artisans. You'll be seeing sort of like things like embroidery from Bulacan, but in a modern context. I tapped in several weaving communities to actually create the fabrics for this particular collection. So that's something interesting.
so you were helping the communities as well?
Absolutely, yeah. I went to Miagao, I went to Quezon Province, I went to Abra. So it's really, that's why it's called Archipelago, because I literally took a year and a half to go to different places. But apart from that, we have left no single item unoverlooked. From the food, to the drinks, to the
Even the
decor,
food
to the invitation,
at the-
AdWorks did an amazing job.
At the food tasting, we of course we wanted to make it still Filipino, but with a twist. And so I don't know if I should like reveal, but just
Give us one or two.
just like for the dessert. Okay,
Yeah.
it is like
Sorpresa.
a sorpresa, but it's a chocolate egg with a sorpresa inside. I mean things like that.
Right. Okay.
And then of course
should call it.
we also have what we do is like we have at the cocktails we have a showcase of all the different auction items. So
Yeah.
we're gonna have a Bernhard bed there, and then we have of course
Jeweler.
Eurotech, Jeweler.
Yeah.
So everybody can see
Yes.
the different designs before. I mean, and options to we have jewelry. We have from
trip to
Diagold.
New York
Then we have a
through
trip to New York.
Paolo.
So
Yes.
But again,
so much.
going back to that aspect for the philanthropy,
Yeah.
for the spirit of
Yes.
philanthropy.
What, I guess, Kaye and Tessa, what did you think when you saw his collection?
The 170
fashion
pieces. I want to show all.
Yes.
I don't know how he's going to edit it. He should just show all.
But he said, I think you have Robbie, you have Patrice to help
Yes.
you.
Robbie
Yeah.
Patrice, Pam Quinones.
Yeah.
I have a whole wonderful, my friends actually, these are my friends who are helping me. My sister who's doing the makeup, I have my entire family behind me to sort of like, taper it down because you want a clear, concise message.
No need. You just show off.
Wait, why do you have to taper it down? Did they ask you to taper it down, or it's just too much? 117 is
thinking
just too
like,
much.
It's like a movie, or it's like a book. You don't
needs
want
to
to
be
sort of
edited,
like,
no?
you know, like with good things has to be sort of like clear,
See, that's a true
concise.
artist.
I know.
Hindi pa pwede
Self-edit,
yung, hindi pa pwede yung,
Lahat na lang,
you know,
labas na
kailangan
natin.
like may storya.
But we
Kailangan,
have the biggest stage ever. So we can absorb all the
It's like they're
designs.
forcing you to show the one.
It will fit.
117.
Just to show you, it takes 2 minutes for one model to go to
3.
transverse.
Robbie
Really, 3
Carmona
minutes?
is
Yeah.
the directing and
Yeah.
with Saga Productions. And, you know, thank you, Ben Chan, for all the
Yeah.
Oh,
support.
that's right.
and help.
Also,
yeah.
you know.
okay. What's an indigenous material for each of you think is so world class? I'm gonna start with Tessa.
Of course, bling and the beadwork. I think, you know, the beadwork of the Filipino hands is the most tedious and creative because, you know, because they mix the beads with a calado or something. I don't even know what it's called. So it's like on piña. It's one of those.
Oh, yes.
The combination is truly Filipino.
Okay. Or maybe a favorite of yours.
Well, because I've worked with banana fiber in the past in connecting my store. I'm plugging.
Yeah.
For decor. But I never thought of it in terms of clothing. And when Rajo was showing it at the very, very start, I'm like, wow, you can actually make this into clothing. I think that's really amazing how you transform
Right.
a banana leaf or banana fiber from that into
A work of
work
art,
of
no?
art, yes.
Rajo.
Well, because fabric is the language where I choose to sort of like create, it is actually the canvas where I can actually express my creativity. One of the most beautiful materials is actually the inabel, which is a fabric that's very simple, but at the same time it transcends. It can be a lot of things. And the Ilocos province has been really beautifully creating these things. So I think the inabel is a fabric that we can proudly showcase to the world.
Yeah. Very good. What are you wearing, Tessa?
Rajo, of course. I
wanted
no, I have Rajo, and of course I have Kaayo, and then this
love
is
him.
also
That's Marga.
Ken Zemunyo.
Oh, okay.
This one in the hat.
Maganda.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
So you know, I'm everywhere I go in the world, I'm Filipino copper design.
Wait, I'm
So-
also interested about the earring.
Oh, this one is from Chito, behind you.
Oh, okay. Okay, that works. That
That's
works.
a mother perpetual.
Yes.
Tessa, thank you so much.
That works.
I'm like just that's all I'm praying for now. Perfect weather.
Oh,
everything,
sorry,
you
yes.
know.
Let's invite them. October 27,
27.
Yes.
please. Yeah.
October 27 at the Grand Ballroom of the Marriott Hotel.
Okay. Congratulations in advance. I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. Okay, thank you. Tessa,
Thank
thank you.
you.
Rajo,
Thank you
thanks a
so
lot.
much. Thank you.
Thank you to all three. We'll be taking another short break. We'll be right back.